Alright, looks like I got everything working. Let's do this, chat room.
That's really good.
Greetings and salutations, everyone, and welcome
Greetings.
to
Oh.
Bound and Broken Epilogue.
Yay!
Claps.
Yay.
Great.
Alright. I shall do the recap.
Oh,
Yippee.
yippee! Congrats, Venom.
Um,
You're free.
He's just getting the inspiration.
And so, in the aftermath of the battle against the Seneschal, against will and fury personified by the stranger's presence, the last vestige of Tyr's struggle against his own end is defeated. As the Seneschal fades from its place in the dream, absorbed once more by the surrounding scape, those that were once bound and broken stood tall, and through the dream they walk once more into the waking realm. They return as they do so. They step once more into the laboratory, the machinations that were once going to herald back the stranger, now, curiously enough, with no master. The devices still whirring, still churning, the energy of which still consuming. It would seem that through this trial, their reward would be most strange. No coin, nor weapon, nor item of great yore, but rather a shoulder of responsibility. For command falls to them, to this masterless deluge of dark antiquity. And so, Bound and Broken's epilogue begins as they step back into the laboratory and its many chambers awaiting their decisions. Alright, so let's start with the first one here. The first one that you find yourselves in as you return from the dream and the defeat of the Seneschal. Stepping out on towards the waking realm, you find your feet upon solid ground once more. Stone and metal form the floor and walls, much like the other places within the laboratory. Behind you, a mechanical door lies open. Your entrance nor exit is not barred. But before you lies a room filled with glittering floating crystals, light refracted within and without them. The room is covered in a bright, spiraling light. Curious chambers fill this room. Chambers that are marked and marred with each of the colors of the prism. Each one covered in teledonic symbols depicting its purpose and meaning. Within this chamber, it would seem that the Seneschal's intention was to infuse the vessel of Tyr with the power of the prism. Each chamber containing color of creation. Each chamber containing a piece of the otherwise untenable and intangible forces that the prism called forth. An occasion of the rarest variety, an opportunity of incalculable value. The 7 colors await your decision. Before you, The chambers can infuse, release, disperse, or simply be stored. And to explain that in game terms, the refraction chamber is needed to be decided on first. Because without a master and without purpose, these colors will eventually break down their containers and they shall enter the world as a wild storm of power. The colors are just that, power. Their manifestation is not bereft of morality nor controlled by a will, save for in the context of these chambers. So to do nothing with them would mean eventual disaster. Within each of them, you can see that there are control panels on the front, and in the teledonic runes, which, as you begin to approach them, you will see that meaning becomes clear. To Fane specifically, although he did not complete his transformation and threw off the chains of the stranger, the lingering knowledge still whispers in his mind. Reading the symbols reveals their function. Each chamber controls a color. Each chamber may be emptied, infused, to whatever degree that you so wish, to location, to person, anything, truly at your fingertips. Take note and take heart, for wherever that you send the colors of power, their effect shall be adverse, and perhaps unknowable even to the wisest. And on the map, they should correspond with their specific colors, so obviously I don't have to explain that. I'm pretty sure you guys have the character knowledge of the colors. Does everyone here have the player knowledge of the colors? Do you know what the colors represent? If not, I can go over them for you.
We have them in our notes. I'm aware of what they represent. I didn't know about anybody else.
Just go over them again. I think it would be
as you wish.
pretty nice.
All right. Scooby bop bum. Is a little. This is not in the proper order, but it's fine. So anyway, down here, the indigo scar, or indigo itself, represents trial, challenge, death, and sacrifice. The ending of something in exchange for another. The blue, which is oftentimes represented by a cross or the number 2, depending on which theology you want to use, represents dream and reflection. It is where whimsy and thought permeate. It is where desire begins. The green, which is represented through the triangle or the numerology of 3, represents life, abundance, health, growth, things of that nature. The yellow, which is oftentimes depicted by a square or the numerological number of 4, represents time, preparedness, responsibility, consequence in its many forms. The orange, the color of Corvanus, and it is the strongest of the colors here, represented by the chambers, is represented by the orange star, or the numerological number of 5. It represents ambition and desire, and the need to fulfill such things. The red is represented by the red star, or the numerological number of 6. And it represents wisdom, camaraderie, teamwork, and temperance. Then finally, color at the end is violet. Violet is represented by the violet star and the numerological number of 7. It is also the star wielded by the 7. It represents memory, oblivion, and the passing of such things. Each of these are forces of nature. Their representation in the world is malleable to whatever circumstance, object, person, location, or time in which they are applied. The energies within the room fluctuate. Orange is the most powerful of the colors within these chambers. The others are more or less the same in their representation. As stated previous, if these colors are not used, stored, dealt with, whatever form that you wish to use of that, they will eventually break free of their containers. So, what would you like to do? I suggest that we do it color by color, and I'll just reveal what you can do with it. So pick the one you'd like to start with.
Green.
Yeah.
It's up there at the top. I got this funny acorn.
Yep.
I got this funny.
Yeah.
Orange.
No.
Are we each picking one, or are we choosing which one?
No, we're
No,
choosing which is
Go,
first.
just go to one as a part. Like you're gonna interact with all of them. Just this is mostly
Yeah.
for practical.
We might as
sake.
well start with green. That's good.
I look at it and I can feel the counter spell in my veins.
I can feel the green.
Yeah, what decision would you like to make? I'd like to make
Anger.
this decision. Countered. Son of a bitch. All right.
Wait.
I never felt such joy beating a wizard to death before.
Have you beat many wizards to death before?
Yes.
Who knows?
That old dude in the cabin was definitely a wizard.
And his son, full of
Evil
potential.
wizard.
Not anymore.
Nine
He
more.
was, he was
So
hiding a
he's a
sorcerer
casters.
up in that. Yeah, he was hiding a sorcerer up in the hunter's cabin. Why else
true.
would he be so far away?
Evil apprentice, yes.
We stopped the first apprentice, guys.
It was us. We did it. It was him. It was him. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so as you approach the green, the power of the energy of life will fluctuate before you within the chamber in which it is contained. The panel on the front gives you access to many points of input and adjustment. Although it is highly complex, it can be diluted to the following choices. The color must be put into something or released somewhere. The chamber can do so without harming that thing that you choose in which to put it. Whether it be a person, whether it be an object, whether it be a place. Such choices must be handled with care, however, for such a heavy amount of the power of the prism will leave whatever thing affected by it changed. I'll give a few examples and then you guys can discuss amongst yourselves about what you want to do. For example, you have an acorn with you.
Mm-hmm.
If you were to infuse the acorn with the light of the green, you could activate the seed, causing it to grow exponentially, meaning that the normal effects that would take some time before it could repair the ley lines or the druids or infuse them would happen nigh instantaneously as soon as the acorn were to leave your hand. This, of course, will cause an incredible amount of growth, but its changes would also happen instantly. A secondary example, you could use the power of green on the Razor Cliffs, on all of the wandering undead, restoring all those people to life. And that would be a regional effect. Those are two examples that I think should properly explain the potency of the options before you.
The acorn still has to be planted, or would the planting occur as soon as it leaves the vessel?
It's willed when the energy is put into it. In this case, it would be after you have planted it, if you wanted to use it that way. So doing it to the acorn could not cause it to explode in your hand. No.
Yeah.
Infuses instant tree growth.
Essentially,
Your entire laboratory cracks
once
open.
the door is opened, it will flood.
Mm-hmm.
So once it's planted, it will grow rapidly.
And then once that door is open, you can't close it.
Yeah, it'll keep growing, and then
Yeah.
Oogie Boogie World
World Tree.
bullshit.
Current thought, because we don't currently have a way to contact the druids, I believe. I mean, I guess Caspian could leave and then come back in 24 hours.
Bro, 24 hours is a long time.
I have
You
sending.
sending?
Well, it's not 8 hours. It's 8 hours technically. But
The thought behind it is finding out if the crew that we know, or I suppose the druid that we know that was dispatched to the Stillborn Grove, we were told they didn't have an acorn, right? Oh, no. Saga's told us they already gave the Silver Stair group an acorn.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I guess that's kind of redundant, putting it into the seed. Because we don't know. Yeah,
Well, you also don't know if they're successful or not, though, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't think that it's metastically wrong to infuse it. I don't think that's a bad thing. But it's up to
that
you,
has me
obviously.
worried about it. Go ahead.
Yeah.
not a bad thing, but another thing is we don't know much about the situation overall. In terms of druids and all that.
Also, the druids on Corvanas have been going to change after change so rapidly that I think giving them time to stabilize and things going slowly instead of everything just going so fast once you open the floodgates could be better.
Yeah, also that rapid growth comes with its own downsides, right? So there's that to consider.
Yeah, which is why I was thinking of the Stillborn Grove, because it is out of the way. Which I know part of the whole rapid growth thing and the failed seeding is why it was covered in monsters in the first place. I understand there's a correlation there. If we were to use it on a region, I probably wouldn't go Razor Cliffs. I would sooner put it towards Aldafife and the Barrow King's Court. Because all we know about the Razor Cliffs regionally is that Gwen, the Indigo, was from there. There's some zombies there. And there's a fuckhead tower. We know the Barrow King has been making communications with the Carnelian Circle. They've been... The threat of the Barrow King as a rampaging force has been stemmed with logic and reason. So if we were to use an undead reversal effect, I would rather use it there than the Razor Cliffs. But Do we have any capacity to know what would happen if we infused the demon wastes with life energy? Whether life is antithetical to the demons or whether it would empower them, more specifically.
The best way I could answer that is demons are alive. The wastes are dead. So the land would receive life.
Okay.
That is the extent of what you would know.
Mm-hmm. That's fine.
Oh, you
Looking at
could
the
infuse
points of
yourself.
interest.
You could be the driving force of life and healing. Not what you wanted.
He smiles hollowly.
Hmm.
Why would I want to accept powers that leave me in a place of responsibility that is so easily corruptible?
I feel like you already pushed yourself enough into a space of responsibility. That's why we're here.
We saw what these colors did to the former party that manipulated a fraction of this power. Given all of it to one person, infusing it with him or all of us would be will have consequences that I don't think we're ready to face. It could corrupt us.
You don't need to take the entire thing.
I
You
see.
could also create a new Mafaria.
I think regardless of what, the baseline is that power is power. In the end, the wielder is what matters. We know that in the time that those corruptions, those people suffered those consequences, and when all that happened, it was all off balance. Yet they still chose to take that power. The circumstances are better. You are judging it quite harshly.
In regards Caspian, the wounds and light blood staining across his body is still partially evident. He seems surprised that the aspect of balance is not vehemently against this force. His presumption is being challenged.
Noticing that he's sort of...
Mhm.
Okay, go ahead.
Do you really think that this time is better?
Better, worse? One cannot say so easily. It is the kind of power that even with great wisdom and with great care one cannot predict the consequence of. Despite it all, such power can have great benefits, and yet, as said, great detriments. But I see no reason to hold oneself in fear, to have fear as a shackle when it can be a guide. Yes, respect the past and respect the past wrongs that have happened, but do not fear them unnecessarily. Caution can be good, but undue fear will lead to disaster.
Heavy words and a lot to consider. This diffusion of energy, at least from what I understand, will not destroy the vessel, but it undoubtedly will alter it. If I am to walk this path, let us decide what to do with the other colors first. Let me think on it.
I mean, they're all part of nature. Isn't that what the druid said? They're all there. Just as one of them is stronger here.
And we have seen firsthand what the orange did to Archdruid Leto. One who similarly wanted to guide his people, one who similarly wielded magics barely understood by the common folk. Though his condition is not under the same circumstances. But the power corrupts the same. Changes, alters, whatever word you want to use. Still,
But you can't know if it was the color itself, or him trying to resist the color violently entering.
One should
It's like the
remember,
robot says, there needs to be the balance. And surely there wasn't one there. So he went mad. Or
one should also remember that that power is not always capability. As powerful as I'm sure that Lecto was an archdruid, and as capable as I believe him to be as an archdruid, doesn't mean he's capable of wielding the colors to that extent. You have to remember. More so than body, it is about soul.
there is plenty to think on. I am not rejecting this proposal yet. But there is similar containers here. We should be aware of our options.
Let me move on.
He turns, sees Frosis with the angel wings, kind of jumps for a second. Let's go blue and then orange.
Before you lies the color of blue, and its dance of whimsy, and the power of the dream personified through a color of the prism. Blue is the thought before desire, the flash of inspiration, and those bound and lost within thought. I will give you an example of how this color might be used. If used, let's say, on a people, like a country or a culture, it could cause them to have flashes of innovation, to set forth their technological development, or allow them to overcome a great crisis. Doing so will leave them changed, however. Changed by a force that may have forced innovation when they were not ready or prepared for. If used amongst a region, dream energy would cause it to change, to shift from the whimsy of nature. Deserts may become forests. Forests may become mountains. It is unclear. It is not growth like the green, but rather a window that becomes the room.
It is difficult to make any sort of decision on this one either.
It
This
is
one
quite
feels a whole lot
unpredictable.
like you.
Mhm.
Just
They
thoughts,
will chuckle.
quiets.
Maybe. But there are many aspects to such a thing. As we know from what is before us, changing a region might result in boon or disaster for its people. Changing a peoples might lead them to their own demise. A difficult force to wield. It may be best imbued in a person or object, but the who or what I cannot say.
You can't see yourself wielding that.
I can.
And your thought and advancement is always your kind of thing.
It is not that I cannot
Overthinking
see myself
everything.
wielding it, but that I consider the nature of the change that it would bring. I didn't see it as negative yet. It is a daunting possibility.
That's for sure.
If we were to give it to a people's, there is one that I have in mind.
To one or too many?
To a people, a culture, a settlement area, those
Oh.
who derive their lineage from a place,
Would you?
rather than a region.
Who is that? The Entente?
No. The Anfanti will get their islands back. Their ancients will have their chains loosened as the pieces of Tyr are removed. They may reclaim their culture as they wish. We heard from the Carnelian Circle that Mornhell is at war. Flanked on one side by the Brass Baron, flanked on the other by the Pale City, and, well, the Demon Wastes sit to the south of them. If there's a people who need a surge of innovation to overcome a conflict, it is them. They hold a deep spiritual reverence to their families, to the weapons handed down. They boast some of the best forges outside of, well, the dwarves. And the Pale City, of course. But they are
Might be a
directly
poor
under
choice.
siege.
It could be very well be a poor choice. Despite the fact that they're under siege, and despite the fact that, yes, they are under peril, and the fact that they could yet be saved by a sudden boon. What happens when the innovation surges and they turn the tables? Will they stay in their lands, or will they move forth? Kill those who sought to kill them?
It could break the balance once more.
It is about what you wish to see and the end result you aim for. If you are fine with the potential slaughter that ensues from a people advancing rapidly, I see no reason not to use the power there, yet it could also go the other way. We give them power, they advance, and yet it is still not enough. Their advancements fall into the hands of another and slaughter continues.
Why do I have a feeling that all of these choices are gonna be either way too outside of our scope of vision to see the future of what they could bring, or way too unpredictable for us to do?
Because they
That's all
are.
you've seen about the colors. Whoever
Yeah,
is in contact carries the burden. So you're gonna have it on yourself. On an item that might fall into the wrong hands. Or on people. The land.
Alternatively, remaining with the eye on Mornhell, they do boast a bard's college. One that trains people like Simon to wield music in tandem with magic, but also as record keepers, story writers. If any color rests within that wheelhouse as the green would with druids, it would be blue with bards.
You could imbue all bards and imbue all druids with the green.
The druids don't deserve that yet. Wilhelm was right. It seems that we are already undergoing rapid advancement. The same worries of giving innovation to the Mornhellians currently rests on the shoulders of the druids, and with only Lecto poisoned by the orange, someone will have to step in and help guide their hand. I do not intend to give the druids pure reign over the green. Barely want to take it myself.
In the end, there is no perfect choice for anything. Everything has its flaw, a drawback. Be it the burden and the responsibility placed on a single individual, or the potential of an entire region shifting, and entire peoples changing. There is no perfect choice, truly.
That's what he intended here, right? He was intending to take all the colors himself.
Yes, it was, but
He's already abnormal.
yes.
Yes. It is unfeasible to attempt to replicate that. Even seeing through the eyes that I did when we got here, seeing the other worlds desolate and empty, the councils fallen. The scope of this is far beyond any of us, and forever will be, and be thankful of that. He's a poisoned spirit grasping at his cage. What's left of him will disperse, his name forgotten. These fucking relics must be used somehow. Another offer, then. If we focus the blue specifically around Flanderton, not for the changes in landscape, but for the aim of innovation. Flanderton is a drug den, as far as I understand it, boasting poppy fields and minor gangs, but poppy in alchemical virtues and medicinal is work as recovery agents, salves, bombs, painkillers. If we could incite innovation towards medical prowess, until the ley lines are settled, there might be a bastion that takes the place of the practitioners in the church. One that can counteract their dogma.
If it's guided that way. It could also go into the other direction.
I know it to be a valid choice as well. All of them are, really. I guess in the end, the crux of the matter is such things going the way we do not wish for them to, the way we hope for them to.
Well, yes. The only way you can ensure it goes the way you want it to is if you do it yourself.
Indeed. I as I said previously, and I will restate it, though willing I am to, and capable I am of seeing myself wielding such a thing, I did not put myself forth for the very same reason that Vane didn't.
So you also want to think about it.
More so, I wanted to think of a better way, but I really debating it over and over again just leads to more good options that can turn as horribly wrong. It just leads to talking in circles. Though, I do not mind talking about Dal. They are, well, for a long time, but I would rather not spend the rest of forever here.
Well,
I agree.
even if we all take one of them, there will be one left. There are not enough people to each take a color.
Then infuse an item, if that is the case.
We have something that could possibly contain. He will look at Fane. You still have the shard, don't you?
The shard is a memento left by whatever colored spirit was behind this area. It is a prism that light dances through. Perhaps it could hold it, but
What would it turn into?
that is the worry. A staff could act as a symbol of leadership. Hell, if we had a banner or something else, we could use that as the focus, that it may be wielded by those worthy. But a shard is a shard, and light dances beyond the whims of the person who holds it.
But what counters the orange? Which one was it? The red?
Red.
Why don't you
Wisdom,
release that into the
temperance.
world and it balances itself out, right?
It seems Simon and Elsie are taking a look at the orange, and I don't want them pushing buttons on a compound that they cannot read. So let us get our options.
That's why I'm looking after him, to make sure he doesn't do just that. And I've already done that with the red, so how dare you?
There do be a lot of whimsy coming out of him recently.
You're muted.
Hey,
Hey, don't worry about it, Simon. You can do whatever you want. Don't worry about what these people think.
that's true. Wimp.
I don't think so.
I have something in mind.
I just
My name is I've changed most
Sounds
assuredly.
awfully like
I'm
another
sorry,
familiar.
G.
It's all right. Now, get in there, baby. Make me proud.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, this one, sir.
All right. So the orange is thrumming the strongest out of all the colors, most likely because it's been produced the most in this place, and because also the numerology of Corvanus and all that stuff. So the orange here, and to be clear, what I'm saying are just examples. You don't have to choose them. They're not your only options. They're just an example of how they're used. As orange is the color of ambition and desire personified to completion, it could therefore be stated that the orange could be used in the following manners. I'll give you 2 examples. If used within a person, it would see that person's will be given the highest chance of succeeding in its completion. If infused within a person, it would see that their desire becomes paramount, perhaps even the strongest in the area. With so much orange, it essentially would work as an unlimited wish for that person. Second, if used in a region, this may see the cultures in that region move to fruition. For example, if used within what would be a good example? If used on the Metharian culture, it may see that whatever course that the religion would take to be restored. Perhaps, if used on the schism of the church that wished for the old ways, it could very well see the time of tyranny return. Orange depicts desire fulfilled.
This one's stinky.
I see.
definitely keep Simon away from this one. Otherwise, everyone's walking around barefoot.
If you may, I have a selfish choice. I wanted to give it to someone. Or some people. I don't know what he thinks. Say again?
Fang just tilts his head. What people do you want to give it to?
Well, in a time when I was trying to fulfill my dream of saving Pedro, someone interrupted me once of my dream. I really want to show them that I'm not like them. And I want their dreams to be fulfilled. Out of character, I wanted to give it to Sagan Souls.
You want to give it to Merlo because he stopped you on the edge?
To the group, yeah.
Man, I need to
Okay.
lean back for that one.
Yeah. That caught me so out of left field. Alright, let's fucking roleplay through it. I love this.
Roleplay through it, but I was just like, now I have to like calculate what the fuck that means. Continue, do your thing.
As with the others, giving it to one person is difficult, especially here with the strength of the orange. Perhaps over the Carnelian circle, perhaps even with their attendee that leads their city. They follow quite strict doctrine of preserving history and pacifism even. Though that in its extreme may be difficult or may be an issue, it would help bring stability to the continent. I don't see this as a selfish act. In fact, it is one I don't think any of the rest of us would have thought about. Terrifying,
Yeah.
somewhat.
I just want to show them that I'm not like them. Or like him, exactly.
Huh.
That I'm a better bard than he will ever be.
He speaks a lot of words. You have your piccolo. It's like comparing someone who wields an axe with a rapier. I see no issue with this.
You may say it is a selfish choice, but it's probably the most unselfish thing you've ever said or did, Simon.
I see it.
I really don't see a need honestly to pick flaws in ideas like this.
Yeah.
You guys are okay with it?
So you're giving the strongest power on this continent to a group you met once?
They are a group tinged with red. Orange is balanced by wisdom, and they are soaked in it. Who else do we give it to? The Baron? The Pale City? The Druids? A person will become a tyrant. A culture or a civilization may grow to dominance. Do not mistake my understanding of their motives as foolish. Perhaps they will change the law. Perhaps they will kill each other as their ambitions become rivals of each other. But the best shot we have is likely them.
Well, you go ahead then.
To be quite frank, my initial thought was to just put it in an object, and this is the strongest of all of them. Perhaps the most dangerous for an individual or a group or a peoples to wield. So to put it in an object and perhaps keep that object safe.
Seal it, maybe?
Put it somewhere where it won't be mishandled.
Feels like all your caution that you uttered before about the Archdruid going mad, but the orange is gone now. Do you really think they can handle that any better? Because they're balanced out by wise words of one party member.
Caspian made a point at the green. These powers aren't just about the body, they're about the soul. And from walking the edge with the Carnelian Circle, we know they are traveler souls.
Oh well. Just like always, there's no talking you out of these. So go ahead.
They are traveler souls, and they would not be swayed, perhaps not swayed in the same way that Lecto was. But in either case, it is just a matter of trust, I suppose. I feel that either option can lead to a similar outcome, be it the object it is sealed in fall in the wrong hands, or perhaps influence the ambitions of the person that holds on to it even temporarily. Given to the Carnelian Circle, it could be a boon or a detriment in equal measure.
Also, it is good to give it to a group of people that don't have any hierarchy between them, so that they can keep each other accountable and not misuse it.
I felt a very strong hierarchy when I was there. I don't know about you. But you do. What do you feel like is the right choice?
Like with the others, Simon, we are playing cautious and learning our options. Though I think your idea holds a lot of merit.
Thank you.
The party is splitting up. We missed yellow. Please. We must trigger this cutscene before interacting with the other objects.
Oh my god.
Update.
Your quest log is not updated. Fuck, do I have a bug? Jeez, I'm trying to click on it.
Oh,
We missed one.
Guys, the quest marker is on this one.
what the quest markers
Oh,
do?
yellow.
It makes sense to go clockwise, not.
Alright, so
What
you
the
like
fuck we
you
doing?
like hit E to activate it, but you lag out and you hit E again, which skips the whole thing.
Cutting scared.
And now one
That's
of you is
so
dead, and you don't know why.
It selects an option, doesn't know what happens.
The decision
I
window is
turn-
open. You haven't heard any of the conversation that came before it.
Fuck.
Your options are not clear.
Dude, like, real talk though, I love RPGs that actually keep a dialogue log, so you can go back and see stuff in case that happens. Ugh. Anyway, as you approach the chamber for the yellow, it swirls with the power of consequence and time. So, each of the colors are incredibly potent and powerful in their own right as to what they can do. Yellow is probably the most difficult for me to really explain. And yet it is also the simplest. You can manipulate time. What does that mean? Well, that means you can undo an event. That means you can fast forward or reverse the time on an area, or a people, or a person. It is also, out of the colors, the source of eternal life. You can make someone immortal, like the Eldar.
Mortal. Yippee.
Undo an event. Specifically asking about the mass deaths of druids as they were pushed to the west. Does undoing it remove it from history, or does it undo the effects that it had? I.e. the lives lost
you
and
don't
population change. Fuck.
You don't know.
It's probably gonna be
like
harder
I said,
to
once the gate is, once you point this at something, you don't control it anymore. Once the door is open, it's
This one's
open.
dangerous.
Does
So, to answer your
Anybody-
question as closely as I can, if your objective is to prevent the death or fall of the druids, and you release the yellow to do so, to turn back the time to a time when that is not true, all other events that happened during that time would also be reversed, as they are directly relevant. Indirectly relevant things may not be affected, which may cause confusion, chaos, or madness. That is the extent that I can really explain.
We don't end the continent, we just restart.
The butterfly effect, basically.
Could we make the party all immortal? Is there enough juice in the tank?
Let's go.
Negative. Only one person.
What is...
Is there...
Who
is
needs
there, like,
extra
a way-
lifespan, guys? Who
Is
needs the
there
extra
a way-
lifespan?
Is there a way each of us could take one piece of each? Taste the rainbow?
There's only 6 of us, so no. Also, then somebody or something would get the violet, and then they join our party in 100 years.
No, everyone gets a tiny piece of
You know
every
you
color.
do that, but it's awesome, and you know it.
Who
It's like
guys?
predictive text. It's always there.
Yeah. Who needs the extra lifespan? This right there, guys. Just go and eat it.
Not the
I'll take that.
Not the half. I
So-
thought you already like. I thought
Don't
you
worry
already
about
like.
that part.
She's a dog now, so I think her lifespan is reverted to dog.
What's my lifespan? Do I just live? What?
You rust.
You're wrong.
Get some oil.
So the lifespan of your type,
Yeah.
Caspian, is you're already an immortal character.
Ah.
You don't.
He
need
turns
I don't need
Omega
this.
immortal. He starts de-aging.
Can we
No.
use yellow to make him mortal?
Yes.
Reverse! Nice.
I know what we should use it on. We can give Caspian his hair back.
No,
Oh my God,
no,
yes.
I don't need my hair back.
Back to the time when it was still there.
I can't.
What?
If that, well, I mean, you could turn him human again, which would give him his hair back.
Can you just
Yep.
turn his head human?
That's-
No.
Like I said, you cannot control it. Once you point it, it will do it.
Just sprinkle a little bit on top and don't have it touch anything else. Surely that will be fine.
Just the
He'll
hair.
just bleach the top of his head in the yellow.
Serious talk,
Just-
I think
Mhm.
for the yellow, it shouldn't be used on a people or place.
Yeah.
No.
Yellow is very
no.
stinky. Oh wait, no, hold.
Yes?
I'm
Revert the demon waste.
Oh, true.
To what?
We know there was something there.
Yep.
Then demons showed up, and then the church rocked up, right? And then the Mytheria shit happened. There was something in the demon waste prior to the demons.
Won't they get like
don't-
really confused though? Like the Mytherians and all of the people around there, won't they like get like really fucked up with madness if we do that?
Isn't that what they want
Well,
though? For the
that's a
shit to
plus.
not be there?
That's a plus.
Yeah, like, do we care if the Mytherians go mad? First
Not
off,
really.
sweet.
It's not just.
I'm not
them.
saying how long term, so it's
We-
not my problem in the
Yeah,
end. So like,
yeah.
you do what you want. What's my
The only peoples we know that have influence in the demon waste, as of or canon information, is the Mytherians and the dwarves. None of us are Mytherian. None of us are dwarves, and demons suck.
That
Damn.
is true.
True.
fair point.
You're not even a demon anymore. All right, you're just a dog.
I'll take that personally, anyways.
Good. So I think that's a contender. Just rewind the demon waste.
You are a dog.
What?
You are a dog.
Oh,
Yeah.
I could be an
Rewind and
immortal
rewind.
dog.
Rewind
Well, that's
and
the
rewind.
least harmful. The
An
least harmful effect
immortal
is
hound.
Wreak havoc forever.
for like this. The least harmful effect is putting it into somebody. Like, sure, you might get like Oogie Boogie immortal, and then you might become a little bit yellow in the soul. But, you know, who cares?
It doesn't match my color scheme, so no thanks.
Slight
okay.
hint of liver failure.
Yellow fever? No
All
thanks.
of you are dark colors. I'm the only one with any yellow. I don't want it.
Yours is
You're
also a
orange,
halfling.
For once.
No halfling should live
Yes.
forever. That's just cruel.
Yeah, have fucking Mazikeen be immortal, and then she's the Unsterblickerhund.
What the hell?
Ugh.
I don't know. You can tell me.
Google Translate.
Fucking what now? You calling me a
This is my
sturdy?
power.
I was trying to say immortal dog. I don't know what it is.
Der unsterbliche Hund.
I think reverted to
Unsterblich
I think reverted to demon waste is the way to go. But
What if we don't revert the demons in there? We just revert the area. There you go. We're not reverting the peoples. We're reverting the entire area, and then when it reverts
of a
to what
sudden-
it was
All of a
before
sudden, a bunch
that.
of demons in like a very nice grassy field with trees and happiness.
It goes from Doom music to like elevator utopia music as the
Oh,
gardens
it goes
start
from
popping up
it
again.
goes from Doom to Animal Crossing.
Yeah, it's like dun, 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 dun. I'll see the world. Oh,
And then everyone starts talking
in- Yo, but that's genius, no? That way the
yeah,
People won't be
Re-
affected at all. So like,
yeah, return the land to what it was, which should pre-wire the gate that's in the middle of the demon waste, if we understand it right, or at least change the parameters around it. I'm cool with that one.
that's
Yeah.
my number one option.
Let's,
I think that's a winner.
Let's. I'm a shimmy down to Indigo because it's very edgy.
Edge.
I'm edging. I'm
Okay.
scaring.
Indigo, representing death and sacrifice, can be used to remove, amend, or destroy. Some uses. You could use indigo to destroy a culture, to simply remove it. And from its sacrifice, a world is made better. You could use it to stop a person. You could use it to see a debt paid. For example, you could use it over a prison and release all the prisoners of their debt. You could target a singular creature, character, and they will meet their end.
I had a really terrible thought about the prison one.
I think we had the same idea, buddy.
yeah.
How do people feel about the targeted Thanos snapping of the brass burn?
I was more thinking if fiends count as a population, Thanos snapped the fiends out of Carvanus at least.
No, we found us up all the halflings.
You're right.
Oh my god.
And once.
Erase the halflings,
wait.
yes.
We have
I'm
the
a halfling.
power.
And
No, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
I'm putting my vote in.
It's a
Right.
choice.
Wilhelm,
Ooh,
listen,
great.
this is how it is. We'll stick you in the yellow sauce, make you immortal, and then remove all halflings off the continent. And then we'll
Yeah.
see which power is stronger, indigo or yellow.
Looks at camera,
Yeah, man,
that
don't-
escalated.
Don't be
quickly.
selfish.
Yeah, man, don't be selfish.
We
I
like.
might have one idea.
What is your idea?
What's it?
Paladins and Corvanus are effectively in this permanent state of penance for an oath broken.
Not true.
What if we forgive the oath?
I mean, that's on them.
Then we help Mytharians, though. Cool.
Yeah.
We can think about that.
No,
don't we?
No, you don't. The penance paladins are not Mytharian paladins.
Oh, true.
No one.
Oh, they're the sect that
Yeah, they're the
see the wrongs of the church and they're
Yeah, yeah,
using
yeah.
their
They're-
actions as penance.
They're the sects in the they're the sect in the Saphira. Your second sphere.
You could help them. That is a
I
good
like that
idea.
one.
Sorry, I'm not
I
interfering.
like that
just,
one a lot.
That's not actually correct. I just want to make sure that's all.
You're right. You're right. I
Good
forgot that
adjust.
the Dark Sermon Paladins had oaths, and that was the whole reason
Yeah.
that they weren't paying penance. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
That's-
forgot. Thank you.
Yeah, that's the Brass Billy. Obviously, we could shoot him.
Oh, let's kill Billy.
Let's kill Billy.
That would be man. That would be crazy. Like if he had just killed Billy. Like what the fuck?
We could divorce Elias and Broker.
Oh my.
Oh,
Oh my god. No.
Nice.
Wow.
No.
Wow.
chance
That
to-
is fucked up.
You will leave the only successful ship of Curvatus out of this.
Wow, he's sinking
Please.
the
That's
ship,
fucked
dude.
up.
no
That's
ship leaves this
crazy.
continent. We'd heard of this before.
No one will feel love ever again.
No one.
This is some fucking
And we-
Disney villain shit right here.
And we release just target the false iteration. Anyway, my
Oh,
idea.
no.
Anyway.
No. I don't think that can. You know what? I don't want to give it thought. We're not, stopping Tyr and then being like, "Hey, Tyr, I'm gonna let you out of your bubble." Sorry, buddy.
Yeah, I was about
Can
to
you
say,
just fucking.
don't do that.
That's,
That would,
that's counterintuitive.
I feel like that would go against everything that you've done so far. So
Yes. Hence, it's a joke.
It's using it on
it
feed.
is.
It's using, how are we thinking about using it on feeds and just giving Babylon the biggest middle finger in existence?
What have fiends ever done to you? You could
They're-
sleep every
they
fucking
literally
night
destroyed
peacefully while after I drank the
They're-
potion. You should be grateful.
They're destroying my hope. Curvatus looks at
That's
you
not my,
for
that's not my fault.
No, that's not true.
We're already kind of doing that, because if we fix the paladins and we rewind the demon wastes, the paladins from the free cities will go up to the demon wastes and finish clearing it. Clearly, that's what's going to happen. Obviously,
That's like a number one thing here for this is probably Paladins, right?
I think the paladin penance was a very, very good show.
Killing the
That's
Brass
true.
Battle in this outright would be really funny, but I think the Paladin penancing is big.
No, that's a genuine.
The
That's
paladin
a
thing is
genuine
probably
ask.
the best thing to
I
do.
want. I want the brass baron dead.
Do it yourself then.
That's in character. Yeah,
With your
I'll
own
become the
hands.
green. I'll go strangle him, and then I'll find his children,
Hell yeah.
and I will snuff out his abundant life,
You
And
become
and then
the
free
green,
his slaves.
I become the yellow. Caspian becomes
mean,
the fucking
We can,
blue.
we can still do it later.
Yeah, we can just go kill the brass baron.
Yeah.
This is the best option here. Let's go to red.
Okay.
And then
Wow.
we
Reading all the dialogue. Well, we want to 100% the game, right? If I get
it's
green
fine. No, it's
Kool-Aided
fine. No.
and
it's
then
fine.
cutscened out, and we lose choices. Ah!
As you approach the red, unfortunately, you leaned on your keyboard, and there you go. There's all your options. Fuck! No, just kidding. Anyway, as you approach the red, so obviously red representing camaraderie, teamwork, things of that nature, wisdom. You can
You don't.
apply it in the following different manners. You can apply it to a people to band them together. If this, like, you could target a civil war and cause them to make peace and mend what was broken. You could use it to dispel ignorance from a singular person, giving them the knowledge that they need. You could use it to bring peace to a region as well. The red can also be used to add hesitation to a decision, to make a general pause when the best time would be to strike, an overabundance of caution. Those are
Can you
some
apply
examples.
it? Can you apply it to the entire continent?
I mean, you could, but it would become diluted.
Diminishing returns on it.
Hmm.
Yes.
Alright. The grand demon waste repopulation plan, we rewind time we fix the paladins, and then we bring peace to the demon wastes.
That's counterintuitive because then
Then
then that peace with the demons all of a sudden. Wait, no.
You heard me.
Let's not be at peace with the
If-
demons.
You were talking about bringing peace to Mournhowl earlier.
Yeah.
Since they're in a civil war and stuff, this, if you wanted to do it, this is the best way.
If you really wanna fuck with the Brass Baron and all those people, just unite the people of Mournhowl completely.
If you want Mournhowl to be united, this is the color to do it.
Also, it's fitting because the aspirant of the Red was a prince of Mournhill, named
Logan.
Steve
Probably
Stevenson or whatever his name was.
Logan Morningside
Okay.
or something like that.
Yeah, whatever. We'll laugh
Logan,
His name was cool, dog. His name was cool.
I remember
love
his
it.
name. Yeah.
His name was Steve Stevenson. Like,
Yeah. See from
Alright.
Mike.
That's him.
yeah, all right.
I
He's
love
just,
Steve from Minecraft.
he's just mad because he doesn't have an O in his name somewhere, an apostrophe.
Nah. O apostrophe is Scottish. MC
I bet
is
he-
Irish.
Oh,
He-
really? Oh, I thought it was the other way around. Okay.
No,
Apologies for my ignorance.
it's all good.
Make
You want the red
fish.
again?
They put the red in Arcadum.
We give the red to Arcadum, yeah.
What's up? You used the red on me? Okay, yeah, thank you.
I
You know,
smelled
you-
your
you mean
ignorance.
freed.
Congrats.
You've been freed from your ignorance.
It's time for wisdom and camaraderie.
I mean, is there anything else like somebody could eat it, but like, is anybody wanna be wisdomous? Yeah.
What happens if you give this to
Well-
one of us, to a person?
Yeah, I
It gives
can make them
knowledge.
unifying force to get behind.
You become Joan of Arc.
You become the Brass Baron.
No,
Wait,
well,
so that means McLovin is Irish?
Yeah, the MC as a prefix comes from mock, which means son of, which is the same meaning that O has, by the way, because it's of that name.
Oh, yeah,
But mock
yeah.
is son of.
Yeah, okay.
Plus, he got
So all
trying to
rappers are Irish.
buy alcohol.
Okay. Cool.
MC, yeah.
That's
yeah.
the more
All
you
of a
know.
sudden, McDonald's in a full new light here.
I mean, yeah. That's yes.
Son of Donald.
The son of Donald. I prefer the daughter thing, like Eric's daughter. That's so sick. Dude.
Eric's daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah, the mock translation for Irish doesn't come through with women, because take Fane's name, right, and Anfa's name, because they're siblings. Anfa is Anfa Inian Ni Ire, which is daughter of, where mock is son of. But it's not, when it goes to English, they're all just mock. There's no, Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, I know. You're welcome. It's funny trying to get Sonny to say things. Even funnier to get Migs to say things in Irish.
I really like watching Big say things wrong because then I just shake him. Because he's a liar. Anyway, continue.
Ah, yeah.
We can dispel his
yes.
ignorance.
Use it on
Yes.
We just use it on Mig, yeah.
Use it on his traveler soul, not on the character.
No, that'll give him a buff. He'll get a title.
Yeah.
Makes you ignorance no longer.
Uh,
So what are we thinking with the red?
In theory, we could use it to on the druids to bolster their ability to work together with all of their newfound goodies. Because the
That's
druids
true.
are already broken into circles, and they're missing 2 circles, and have an extra one in the Circle of Blight. So the capacity to make the wise caretakers of the land not break under the weight of their of the responsibility they've been given once more, I think is good.
It also
That's
fits
a balance.
thematically, since the druids are going to heal the land, and the red counters the orange.
Balance us out.
All right. So either Mournhowl or the
Yes.
druids on this one.
I would vote for the
Yeah.
druids on that one.
Okay.
One of those.
Two
And now the
colors.
last one.
Now the bad
And now,
one.
The best one.
Nope.
No, this is it's a little bit of memory.
All right,
I know,
you
guys.
may do it one more time, Chamber.
Let's hear it.
He's getting
there
ready.
must always be.
Thank you.
I
Okay.
expend the power of the yellow to rewind time, so I get another one.
Okay. Imagine, you used it just so you could call him a bitch again? Yes. Oh, alright. Alright, so as you approach, alright, so obviously, at one point, this color was considered the most dangerous of all. The violet is the color of memory and oblivion. The two sides of the same coin. Of what existence is and what it is not. The violet's use is unpredictable. As it is used, it can cause things to change in a way that are inexplicable, difficult to divulge. But wherever it goes, the seven follow, which means traveler souls are born. Out of character, the violet deals with meta mechanics. So if you wanted to, for example, make a race playable, you could use the violet on it. If you wanted to make a race not playable, you could use the violet. If you wanted to make a faction available, you could use the violet on it. If you wanted to see a storyline end differently than it currently might, you can use the violet on it.
Oh, damn.
So many
No
good
way.
options on this
Oh my
one.
Come on,
God.
we can talk about this. We can talk about this.
I like how
Let's
he
not-
looked
let's
back
not
and
rush
forth.
it,
It
no.
was very funny.
And then everyone turned towards him.
We give it to Materia again.
Oh god.
Hell
No.
no.
She a bitch for real.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The last time she got it, she fucking
Yeah,
betrayed.
last time she got
her
it, she
whole party.
betrayed.
What if we just use it to, like, undo the end of the Violet arc, so there's still Violet servants?
Oh God, please. Please.
Make them playable.
More,
Please.
more
Send it the
writing.
void
Make the
pianos.
violet servants
be
playable.
careful.
How about we send it to the void fields? I heard there's like a good guy in there as well.
SpongeBob thinking in the diner gif.
So I
Right,
heard there's
Thumper.
this like guy, this is this Lilith Wall guy still alive in the void fields. I think that's a good place to send it.
Yeah, there's a Violet servant in the Void Fields. I would use it to delete the Void Fields, but I think it might just uberpower him and turn him into Folly Merc 2. It's
Thank you.
right here.
Is it bad?
You can tell that they like my
I don't know.
content, guys. Looks at the camera.
I'm a big fan.
This whole time
I
we're
don't-
pulling
I
like
don't-
niche pieces of your content in our decision making. Just because it's funny doesn't mean that we haven't been paying attention. Alright?
I'm not against it. I'm just, you know.
Is it bad that a part of me doesn't want to do anything and ask the colors what they want to be done with them?
We can't speak to them
Absolutely not.
because their incarnations are in the false iteration. Otherwise, we're asking the
Oh,
seven.
Use the
We will
violet.
kill them.
Use the violet to make Krampus a canon encounter.
Oh no.
Oh
Remember,
boy.
Wilhelm, we will kill them, so...
So we like make the halfling not playable nice, right?
Okay.
True.
Yes.
I have an actual relevant question as much as I want to eradicate the halfling. Am I still cursed by Tyr?
No.
Sick. How about we use the violet to eliminate all traces of Tyr and people who supported him from Corvanus?
Like
interacting with Violet with here in any regard.
It might wipe out
really...
the continent. it might kill everybody.
You know, the entire continent is kind of a trace of the guy.
That was so funny, dude. The sound he made is.
Yeah. Man.
The door slowly opened.
If you're gonna do that, look, if you're gonna do that, don't why stop at Corvatus? Just do it an entire very.
Oh God, no.
This is like
This is a battery, not a nuclear reactor.
Yeah, this is a pool, not an ocean, okay? Just because you're small doesn't mean there's more in there.
Oof. That was a good one. But still, oof.
That was crazy.
You do know that if you were to do that, this fucking lab around us would disappear. Just no part of existence, lad.
The entire continent would disappear.
No, I said remove the people who supported it.
And if you remove the people, nobody built this.
Yeah, I suppose. Bro, like, what we did? The Violet's so vague, right? Listen,
Put it in the rock, man. Fuck it.
I vote we just seal the Violet. We don't have to use everything. We can just seal them in object and seal the objects in places they can be found.
People sealed the Violet before and it went awful.
yeah. So the thinking behind that, because object does work, and it leads to like the person making decision. We're baton passing the decision. The issue is, I'm fine with baton passing something else, like the orange. I'm now fine with baton passing the violet, because that's what happened to Mytheria. She got a funny looking butt plug, and then it started whispering in her ear, and then she betrayed her friends.
Nah, give it to me, and I'll hold it, and I'll go to the dream and hold it forever. There you go.
What happens if you give this to a person? We can't tell, right?
No idea.
Alternatively, this is going to sound very stupid, and truth be told, it is. Why don't we just make the clowns playable?
The clowns?
Let's bring trauma back to Corvallis.
You mean the clowns that we got our readings from? Make them a playable race? I'm pretty sure they're called the Harlequins.
Oh.
I don't mind. Chances on alien class aren't very high, so if you want to go for a race, I support you. You spark joy.
What sparked joy with this the most? Like, what is the number one joy sparking thing with this?
Isn't there a whole planet somewhere that is dead that you revive for a shit ton of races to be just existing again?
That doesn't.
I love how we went serious mode on all 6 color, and the moment we arrive at the most dangerous, everybody's like,
"Spark choice,"
because it affects meta things. So there's no like in character. I'm not going to look at Wilhelm and say I don't want traveler souls to exist in halfling bodies. In fact, I don't want halflings at all. I want you to be infertile, barren, and waste away like the dregs of populace that you are.
Yo,
all right.
Did you steal my script? Hello.
Oh my
god. That hurt my look. I know my heart is little, but come on.
I think either we like make like generally just make a race playable or something, or we just put it in an object and then never use it.
I have a better. I have an actual idea that isn't a shitpost.
Okay.
I want to rewrite history so I get my cool shiny rock back and
your
it's not
buckler
in the ankle.
The
buckler, I don't care about the buckler.
No. Yeah, I was about to say we can give druids their bucklers.
I love that, but I want to know what my rock was supposed to be. Again, this is selfish, and it seems like half of these I'm like, hey,
we should somebody went with this before times, bro.
Let me think. There's like actual meta decisions that can be made. What races have been wiped out? The Vega or just the Antmanti? The Cyclopes, there was that one guy, the Gamblers of the Light, were helping. I think they're all dead now. But they were kind of cringe.
At this time, yes, they are dead.
Zatar! I think we need more amber.
I miss Ron.
What do you think?
What else?
Where'd it put Lipson?
Bro, no one cares about lips. I'm sorry, but I don't think anybody really wants to play an axolotl person.
You can make more now. It's not extinct no more.
I'm so offended.
Wait, can this change how events go down? Can we not have the space whale die, bro? Like, well, that guy's cool.
Oh, we could eradicate Quirg's super cancer.
Is that thing still alive or is it already dead?
I don't know.
It was like dying.
It was dying. I don't think we have the information. We could time walk. Well, we don't know in character anyway, so this is irrelevant.
Ah, we used the yellow.
Yeah, we time walk Quirg and then Violet the super cancer, and then we all just go live on Quirg.
Is there no frog people you could bring back in character? Like,
Oh,
surely,
the
right?
Gripply on Corvanus, the one that Waduhek was that Waduhek fucked over. That's true. I could bring back the Gripply.
Be in character, bring the frogs back.
Honestly, I thought you were going to think of that one first.
I did not think of it. I won't lie.
What a disappointment.
The
Well,
intense hatred
it's-
for halflings overshadowed his love for frogs.
That's true.
I think
That's
the
hatred tends to do.
like in my mind, the either the choice is we put it in an object, or we just
Reviveries.
yeah.
Yeah, I would
Race
revive
do
a
we
race
have?
then. I wouldn't want this in an object again.
What race do we bring back though?
Just bring the frogs back. It's fine.
Either frogs or cyclops.
Oh, then
Oh, fuck
definitely
the
frogs.
Cyclops. I see time as a circle. Yeah.
The square makes a circle.
Yeah, the square makes a circle. That sounds like halfling talk. We should eradicate the halflings.
This is true.
Just in case. Yeah.
We could just purge all traveler souls from the continent.
No, it's fine.
True.
Jeez.
No, we should we should have just like
Wow.
Nobody gets an epilogue now. Everyone dies.
Or
everyone's super.
No,
we could revive Barnacle Sea Scum.
You could also revive Pedro.
Well, fuck Pedro, right? He's not around.
He's okay. He's just in
died.
dream.
That's the point.
He got a cool thing. Baron burned his last burn, and now he's Baron feet under burn.
Yeah, don't break your green oath.
If you actually used it to bring back Barnacle Sea Scum, I'm going to shit myself.
Oh my fucking my brain.
But then we could finally see the conclusion of the Jordan's memory Barnacle Sea Scum. Sorry, Delos Talonblade, or whatever his true name is.
Yeah.
Storyline.
Yeah.
I will
Hold up.
not crush it.
In memory of Barnacle Sea Scum, we rename the Savenic artifact Jordan's memory to Barney's memory, and we make it a scythe. So if anyone rolls it, that's what they get, and instead of Jordan within it, it's Barnacle.
Oh god,
That's big brain right there.
that's a
Let me
curse.
rewrite the history of the Seven and the obedience to Lorita, and just put some dude who likes scythes inside it.
Dog, bring back the frogs, dog. Just bring back the frogs, dog.
I'm cooking.
No, you're not. You're burning
Yeah.
it. You're burning it. Please.
You're burning the kitchen.
You're
now.
cooking math
You're
at this
burning the
point.
kitchen.
We could use it to undo all of Gates and Guardian's wishes.
Nice.
Yo.
That's huge.
Can we undo Anfa's?
I said all of them.
Oh, my bad. Sorry.
No more impossible inspiration, baby.
Who cares? We used that. I lived.
We used it already.
Okay, maybe revive a race. I'm going to take a rage piss and walk for like 5 minutes. I need to collect my thoughts. There's so much here. Really.
My thing
Oh,
is we
God.
just use it to make our race playable and call it a day.
Yeah,
Because, like,
probably.
In other cases we use it, it's going to like go
See,
to either killing the halflings, which as funny as it is, you know, we can do without.
You see,
like-
if we use this to get a race back, every one of us can take a color.
True.
Yeah.
I still highly recommend putting the orange in a fucking box and just kicking it in the corner.
Just give me the orange. I'll take it.
No!
Yes.
Especially not you.
Why not me?
What's
What the
your
hell?
Look at
ambition?
you.
What would you wish for? What's your ambition?
Wouldn't you like to know? Because you
And
can
this is
kind of
why we
find
don't
out.
give it
I
over.
would. I would. That's why I asked.
Maybe I just want to support this guy to restore the nature.
Right.
Look,
Right.
guys,
On that note, I'm also gonna take a rage piss on those words.
listen. We make everybody's birthday tomorrow. That's it.
Ah, good.
Everyone-
Yes.
Everyone born
You
on the
just-
same
you
day
just-
is
you just-
crazy.
You just want to party, don't you?
I mean, yeah.
I love the yeah. I do.
Big party in Corvanis. December.
Party.
You can have that no matter what.
All aboard the sloppy handshake.
Whitley has a PTSD look in his eyes.
Pick out your shoes. Yes.
I've seen some stuff in the handshake.
Do we know what the green and stuff does when you put it into a person? I think we only got an example for an object and a place, right?
He becomes cringe.
Yep. Acorn Ridge Cliffs.
Yeah.
Is Arcadum still here?
I'm here.
What happens?
If you put the
like,
green
what
into-
is an example for the green on a person?
putting green into a person can cause them to have an elevated lifespan. Not immortality like the yellow, but an elevated lifespan. It can cause them to heal any wound, restoring, lost limbs. It could cause them to have a strong bloodline of similarly healthy children and lineage. Things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Wish for everyone's Jordans to be creased. That's great.
Who said that?
Chat.
Sounds like a demon.
Yeah, that is.
Well, so are you just? I don't know. Are we gonna vote on stuff, or how are we dealing with this?
We probably should just go one on one and vote. Yeah, when everybody's here.
Yeah.
I'm indifferent.
Is there anyone who would particularly want a color for their own reasons? Besides me?
I mean, in character, she would be most interested in the orange, but what was it? The orange? Hang on.
Desire.
Orange would act as a you can at will wish to make it so.
Yeah. The orange or the yellow? For me, personally.
I like the orange.
So, let me see. Some of them we got ideas about. The others is like a meh.
For I think the only one to really nail down as having a strong lean towards would be giving orange to the carnelian circle.
I like orange for the circle. Also, I'm back. That hiss was divine.
Good
It was
piss,
fueled by
man.
the thoughts
Good
of
piss.
of rebirthing Barnacle Sea Scum. Jesus.
Excellent piss, my lord.
Well, we know that
Excellent
we know that he's a traveler soul as well from the Carnelian Circle.
Oh god.
Alright. Jersey's back. Let's table Violet for now. Go back to green and make our decisions one by one.
Okay, are you ready for the green decision? The big green?
Big green. Fane will approach the green vat and its interface. He will look to the party. This force, its potency is great, and its burden may rest on my shoulders. But, and he specifically looks at Caspian for this. If this strength proves in the long run to be a corrupting force, I would expect each of you to stand opposition to it. Just as the parameters of entering these chambers began, I would impose on this too.
Well,
I
my own
personally agree.
choice. My own choice later will most likely accommodate with similar words. But I will promise you this. As long as it is within the scope of my ability, and as long as it is within my knowledge, I will promise to you that if it were to become said corrupting force during the time that you live, I will do my best to stand in opposition of it.
He nods and casts his eyes around the rest of the party before settling them on Mazaki. And he awaits her answer. Or well, if Simon wants to say something first. That would be the direction.
Yeah, I agree. And in any case, we do have the time advantage to deal with this before he does something.
He nods.
Well, I'd say it's best fit for you. I don't plan on leaving your side anytime soon. So if you want somebody to watch, I can do that.
Well, if it ends up warping you, and you are still within your approximately in your right mind if it does so, and I am not around, you can send for me. Trust me, I will be around. Somewhere.
He'll nod. Moving to the console with his limited Taladonic knowledge. Fane will present whatever inputs would lead to infusing a creature, using himself as the target.
As you make the inputs, the chamber begins to hum. The energy rises, and a door opens.
He sighs heavily, doffing once more the masterwork robe, setting down his staff and other magically significant items, specifically leaving the acorn outside of the vat. And then he will step inside.
As the energies flow within Fane, they go deeper than flesh, deeper than bone, deeper than spirit, deeper than pride, deeper than desire. As the green pierces Fane, it bleeds into the traveler's soul below. From this point forward, until otherwise, the story would state as such. Fane's traveler soul has gained the hue of green and is now marked as a Prismari soul. What this means is that Chamber gains a player title called Prismari Soul. From this point forward, any character played shall have this decision represented by the hue of green ever present within the shadows of their soul. In the new system, it'll probably take on the form of a custom origin. Those things will be changed around. There you go. As the green energy fades, Fane will step out, looking much like his previous self, except his eyes burn with a green light. The hue of his aura forever changed, and the might of his druidic teachings changed for the primal power of the prism.
How do you feel?
He looks down at Wilhelm. Expression somewhat flat. Altered. Strengthened. For once, a satisfaction. These vats are filled with foreign powers, but their will is understood. The machinations, at least honest. Strength, Wilhelm. I feel strong again. Step forward, begin to gather his stuff. Come. More decisions to be made. astride the blue. Or choices for this were Mornhell, Flanderton, Caspian.
Caspian.
Your words earlier, Caspian, lent that you are resolved to this. Is that the case?
My resolve to this goes as far as the knowledge of the fact that innovation may still yet lead to a greater imbalance in the greater scale of things. It can be a great tuning force, and yet I do not see a more certain path forward than this one.
Are there any here that hold other opinions than infusing this within Caspian?
He seems to be the right choice for this.
If your color goes wrong and you get out of control, having somebody with a different color able to stop you is a good choice.
Thing nods.
Go for
As
it.
the green is to the druids, the blue seems to lend to those who walk the dream. You'll begin the inputs.
Spin will
Finishing.
remove
Mhm.
the equipment on his possession, placing them aside for now.
I presume similarly a door opens. Hello?
Sorry, I'm
You're
dealing
good.
with some audio. What's up?
Making inputs, Caspian wants to be infused by the blue.
So be it. The energy set themselves, lift themselves up, and the door opens.
Get in, shiny boy.
As you enter, the energy begins to infuse your body, Caspian, through the metal and sinew of your form. It bleeds past what lies within. Your traveler soul becomes tinted by the might of the blue. You gain a player title called Prismari Soul and the hue of blue. And much as to Chamber, this will probably take the form of a custom origin in the new system. Caspian is infused with the power of the dream and feels the call of his lord, a direct connection, even in this broken and terrible place. You can feel Wode's presence and his swell of pride as the blue suffuses your form. When you are done here, Wode has called you to serve as a silent knight. The door opens, and Caspian leaves. looking much the same, save for the ethereal glow of blue within the optical ports of his form. The hue of his aura forever changed.
Steps out quietly. And begins gathering things from the floor.
Interns watches him. Nods. Before moving away. Bro, the Silent Nights thing, that shit got me fucking juiced.
Mhm.
Hey, the blue in your art makes sense now. Nice color scheme.
Yeah.
It's nice aesthetic.
Oh! It's almost like I knew the blue was like call off the door.
Sick.
The Cornelius
Weird question
people.
before we
Yep.
do Podoro and Frosis look any different?
No.
Interesting.
With me.
I suppose they look excited.
Nice.
Frosis is very elated that Fane has chosen the most thoroughly soaked path.
Yippee.
Now this
Messiah.
one. What to do with this one?
It is the strongest, and by extension, empowering the Carnelian Circle makes the most sense. That, or use the prismatic shard or similarly potent magical catalyst to store it.
When was it we last met the Carnelian Circle? How long has it been?
Right before a
week.
prismatic trial, which is not that long ago.
Not even a week ago.
Ah,
No, it was more than
Balls.
that. No, because we spent 10 days in the dream.
Yeah, but time is
it's been a little bit. Yeah,
Yeah.
it has been a little bit of time. We don't know how they fare, but we know that they are level-headed. Some of them, at least.
We know of their names. And some, well, one, their title. There is Merla, Chrome, Nair. I believe the Twilight Mess's name is Abby, or Abigail. Gruul, or Nenanoth. And Suig.
So, are you infusing it in those people or in the circle, whoever might be in that?
I like to be on them.
Well, they make up the circle, and spreading the strongest of influences throughout it is the purpose of how we intend to diffuse this. So perhaps
Really?
it is a matter of station. The Carnelian Circle, as far as I understand, are the hidden seats behind the ruling table of Arcadum. So the specifying the circle would spread it as thin as we can. We could specify the members of the circle that they're traveler souls, I suppose. But we have very little control over this amount of energy.
Do we wish to put it
Sorry.
up to a vote then?
I think putting it in the hands of people that don't have traveler souls might be a little bit too much for them, corrupting them even. The more precise
Before-
it is, the more. Go ahead.
Before we vote, a simple solution. Fane will crouch down, trace a small sigil wherever the light is sort of pushing from him, generating a shadow, and he will lift his hand up, and I will cast the sending that is in my shadow. The target of my sending is one Merlo.
Make a stealth check.
Stealth check.
You crouch down.
Fuck off.
You got him.
Yeah, I was for a second. I was scared.
I mean,
You're making a sending to Marlo?
Yeah.
Okay.
I also know I feel an intense urge to counterspell that.
it's your spell. If you want to counterspell it, counterspell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10.
The joke.
I mean, by any chance that they don't want it, I would also be not so opposed to taking that. But I know you all don't want that to occur.
It is just the thing that gives your ambition, that makes your ambition the strongest on the continent. I'm just curious what ambition
Yeah.
that you have that would.
I had a lot of time
What?
to think. My ambitions changed a lot over the years of traveling with all of you. Weirdos. I'm not sure. But I feel like Fane's decisions have always led to the best outcome so far. Even though they were not always pleasant to take part in. Right now, she grasps the wooden carving from her,
John.
from John, from the Wagon Wonder. It feels like getting back to the roots is my strongest desire.
There is no
Turning into
response.
something. Oh,
There-
you have a response?
There is no
No,
response.
there is no response.
Oh.
Alright, let them. You guys keep role playing.
Continue.
Fane will consider.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like using the fury and the anger to correct things is maybe a better choice than what I've been going with so far. For he was right in one thing. Would it be the anger of trying to protect yourself if there's nothing left at the end?
Fane looks up. As there's a lull. And then looks at Caspian. Merlo did not respond.
There's no response.
A bad sign.
It is rare that he does not respond with melancholic musings or a straight decline.
Hmm.
This
That
gives
is indeed
some pause.
most unfortunate. I could attempt some similar spell, yet I do not know the individual I would attempt to contact.
We met them when
I
you still
definitely-
had your shattered eye. They had one amongst them. I believe Elsie would suggest the same. Go ahead.
I believe the person who had the shattered eye was Nar, I think.
Indeed. It was.
Or we try someone who would be a little bit more resilient, which would probably be the one called Twilight Mouse. I still have a sending in my shadow that could work.
Is there a way to see how they are?
Do not possess scrying.
Can
Or the
Frosis maybe
capacity.
divine the current conditions?
My
Let's get
first,
if you
I
want, Fane.
Hold that thought. Let's Caspian finishes.
my
Fane will
Best.
change his robe to the new green hue that Fane has.
my initial idea was to attempt to contact either the druid or the individual with the shattered eye. But if Flosus can divine, or at least attempt to do so, I see nothing against it. Even if it fails, we can still attempt to send for them, but we have no guarantee of response.
Fane nods and looks at Frosis. Friend, can you determine the
Who's
current
lying?
state? Yeah, the current state of the Carnelian circle. Hold one moment. Caspian, before we do this, cast a sending to one Laza Della Trolloc, the Elephant Man. He is a potent divination specialist who was clouding the Carnelian circle from such
Right.
deterministics. Simply ask Laza to allow the next divination spell to finish, or ask him the state of the circle. I fear that Frosis may not pierce that veil so easily.
Okay, let's see. What should I send for him? What is the current state of the Carnelian Circle? What do you
We are
wish?
attempting to divine the current state of the Carnelian circle. If you have information, relay it. If not, allow spell.
Well, I will. Let's see. Okay. Where's mine? Yeah. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 6, 7, 21.
Typing it up.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll put it in. Just drop it in our notes.
Okay.
Bop.
Laza will respond, "The circle is broken. Many have died. War rages in Mornhal.
I have received word. Grim tidings from Laza. The circle is broken. Many have fallen. And war rages in Mornhal.
But who's left?
Not Merlo.
Not Malho.
They're fighting in Mornhell. It is easy to surmise that their trajectory is being determined by Chrome. He held an heirloom weapon. And so the rest we cannot surmise. It is not worth fueling a war with ambition that we intend to stall with wisdom. The circle should not gain this strength.
So,
So give it to me.
I absolutely mean no harm by saying this, but truly, your ambition is cloudy at best.
You don't know much about my ambitions.
You just spoke of it.
This
You
is
do
true.
not. You do not know much of your own ambitions. It is.
Can you give it to whoever is alive? Must be a chance.
Simon, the purpose of distributing it to them was one, for you to prove Marlowe wrong and he is dead, and two, that the Circle were a wise and balanced force. If Laza says they are at war in Mournhell, neither of those things hold precedent. There's no purpose to giving them a different weapon. It will be orange against orange, the Circle against the Brass Baron, if we can even surmise that they are against him.
And at that point, it will just cause more death than it is worth.
When we leave this place, we can have Caspian determine within the dream if Merlot's soul is even able to be contacted. And you can follow up with your debt there. But this strength cannot aid him where he is now.
Then what? Do we just put it with... Do we just put...
My
Go ahead, Caspian.
vote lies in placing it within an object. It is a glider strength here. Potentially the most dangerous. We already know that the orange is the most abundant here. And I do not know what the larger quantity of it would do to a person. If... Well, my vote is not going to change regardless, but if there are others to convince here that it should be placed within the arms of another person, speak out.
What is... I think that we should say what each of us wants to accomplish out of this. What is our ultimate goal, and then go from there. If one of us has a goal that everybody agrees to, then it would be a waste to let such a color, although dangerous, to go to waste. It is the most potent on the continent, yes, but it could also be used for the greater good.
That is the same words,
Like-
I'm sure, that determine much.
By extension, it could be used for great evil. Path to hell is often paved with good intentions. But evil itself doesn't benefit anything, but the cause of suffering is good.
So we seal it?
I find the caution on this to be quite contradictory. It is more volatile than the green and blue, true, but you so willingly pressed it into Caspian and I's hands. Mazakin, you, as Caspian pointed out, have admitted that your ambitions shift, your wants change. Where does your compass point now that the trials that this group has been presented are muffled and mostly concluded, that your form is no longer distorted by fiendish blood? What do you want? What would this go towards?
My roots, I suppose. My forefathers, the establishing of the green. The Lord Gazinarok and the wagon runner. You've seen him. He held you up when you were down and carried you through the gate.
I assume that was your dead father, to be honest, considering where we were.
Oh, you would have noticed if that was my father. He would have been proper disappointed and not wasted an eye. But he's still there. There's still connection. I could just roll my ambition to regain full of it, maybe it can turn into something that would help you as well. Re-establish some nature on this forsaken rock of a continent.
It would do well to have one of Gezinarok as a driving force, both for the abundance of foreigners that hold his bearing here, and also as a piece of the West. Despite Suckles and his friends' ineptitudes, they're a display of cooperation. This would only lift that to a grander scale. There is two ways we could go about this. One is to target your lineage, your bloodline, your curse, as it is called, with the orange, and the other is to imbue you directly. But as we did not pursue either other path, it would be quite wrong to inflict such a limitation. As with Caspian and I, should your ambitions remain wild and outside the purview of what is deemed uncorrupted, you understand that it is our place to stand against you.
Well, yes, as you have done many times before, I'm sure you're gonna do it again. Are we all here to keep each other in check? Right?
He begins to input commands on the console to infuse a creature with the orange.
The orange stands at the ready as the door opens.
Well, as much as I do not place great faith in your loose ambitions, I do place great faith in the oversight of Fane and everybody else that would remain here in the long term. I do not believe it is wasted on you.
Well, I hope not.
Mazikeen, as you enter the chamber, the door seals behind you. Orange light begins to infuse you. Streaks of it, Bengalizing your outward fur. The light pierces flesh and bone and infuses itself within the traveler's soul within. Just as the other two, you gain the title of Prismari Soul, the hue of orange, with all the same benefits as previously described. As the energy fades, having diffused you, the door opens, and you will see that Mazikeen looks much the same, save that the color pattern of her fur has changed. The flash of orange light dances. If you don't know what bangle is, it's like orange and black.
Tiger Wolf.
Tiger colored.
Tiger color, tiger wolf.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Tolf.
Gotcha. No longer Cyber Wolf, become Tiger Wolf.
Your wolf.
Damn it.
Your next character is Carl Baskin.
Oh no.
Oh no, she becomes
No.
Saber Wolf. Oh, that's awesome, actually.
Saber.
That's a better name.
Whoa.
So,
Yeah.
Saber Wolf. That's Well done, chat room.
Uh,
Power Wolf? I mean, obviously.
Damn.
Nodders.
Oh, no, I'm making notes.
You're good.
Oh, quite the experience.
It is different, but not negative yet. There's caution with strengths such as these taking sickened roots.
I have a few things
But-
I need to discuss
Mhm.
with Mazikeen real quick.
So, good.
Can you, within a simple sentence, describe what your ambition is?
Yes. My ambition to turn back to my roots into something that uses the ambition and fury I have as a witch wolf to bring back the green into this continent and assist Thane in his endeavors to restore things.
So your ambition is to assist Fane?
And return to my roots. Basically turn into something that allows me to assist in a more powered way than I would before.
If those two things should become contradictory, which one wins?
Assisting.
So be it. With that, a flash of orange light will dance along the the wooden effigy Scrimshod by John Wagonrunner. Once again, you feel your grandsire's presence, the wild in your blood, and of Lord Gazen Rock. The last traces of the demonic influence have left you. You guys may continue.
Wild intrusive thought.
Okay. Okay.
The reason she's a wolf is because her clothes no longer fit. She didn't want to turn back, so she's just half this whole time.
Jesus Christ.
Ah, yes, it was a
It's
fashion
so
reason.
stupid.
It's a
Yeah.
fashion reason. That makes sense.
Fashion reasons. Clearly.
You know how concerned she's been with fashion several times.
My fashion was always on point. I don't know what you're all talking
I'm
about.
dripped out of my mind.
Oh my god.
Just like when the demon waste with the yellow.
Yeah.
Is that what you
I-
want?
I believe the intent was to rewind the damage done to the demon wastes by the demonic forces with the yellow. The intent being to close demonic rifts or entryways, restore the buildings, and physical damage, right?
Mhm.
But not the people.
Sounds about right to me.
Yeah,
Let me write this.
bring back the land to what it was before, basically.
I'll
Okay,
type
so
out
you want to
the comprehensive.
revert demon wastes to what time before? This can be descriptive. You don't actually have to know the date.
So we know the demonic incursions in the wastes began briefly before Mytheria's time. I think. So
I mean, can't we just say before the portal opened and the demons started overflowing?
yeah, but what portal, right? There's a big portal in the center, but we don't know if that's the first one.
Well, then just specify we wish to revert it back to the time before the first rift opened the demon wastes.
That, yeah.
That could work. That could work. Is everybody okay with that?
Yep.
We're gonna quick save and reload this bitch.
SpongeBob thinking in a diner gif.
Oh, don't say that. Don't say that.
Specifically, as I said it before, trying to undo the damage to the land and not bring back whatever people are really. But you know, if that isn't within the purview or control, skill issue.
Oh god, I didn't think about that one for a second.
That's fine. And if Raquel comes to try and spank me, whatever, 290 damage per Metacore.
This idea is better than better than the intrusive thought I had, which is just undo what Mytheria did with the violet and just go back to that time before she uses the shard.
Hell no.
Yep.
More demons.
More demons. Because it was like, stop betraying your friend, you stupid ass.
Is it Lords of Light that are fighting demons by the wall right now? Yeah, sorry, you're you're about to get some new terrain, lads. New map.
Hey, maybe look, maybe with the portal closing, the demons just go
Hey,
back.
new terrain just dropped.
New stage. Wall gone.
Look, maybe if we close the portal, all the demons just get banished. Thanos snapped. Bye bye.
Yeah.
And we saw more coming in at least.
Well,
Fuck. Okay. As you set the parameters in the chamber, the coordinates, you will see the power of the yellow begin to flow and focus into the center. As the sphere expands, you will see it burst outwards, piercing metal and flesh as the energy seeks to affect your target. Oh man. That's gonna be crazy.
Hey, at least we didn't target the brass tacks to put them back in the Sun Shadow Monastery. Just time walked them to the start of their campaign.
oh.
Alright. I need more time than what we have left to figure that out, so go ahead.
Yeah.
And go to that.
That's it.
Yep.
It's
Next
okay.
on the list is Indigo.
Indigo. Right.
Oh boy.
This
This
one,
is
I
a
believe,
fun-
we settled on,
Paladins.
yeah, resolving the penance of the Paladins of Corvallis. Seeing it as a debt paid.
We're gonna see the effects of that one immediately.
Or not, because we're coming close to session time. We lock in our choices, and then next session we'll get the...
Yeah.
Here's your weekly scheduled update.
Wilhelm
Here's
finally
the-
becomes a real boy.
Oh, the new patch dropped. Does everybody have anything else to say before we do the paladin thing? Does everybody agree?
I think the paladin thing is the best thing to do, to be honest.
Boom, boom, boom.
See no
Colossus.
reason not to do it.
Do we know if they would like? Do they feel that? Do they know that it occurred, or
I can tell you they will certainly be aware of something happening.
my headset died?
She'll never know the answer, don't tell her.
Oh, Colossus muted. Silver, are you go with this?
Still here.
Silver's idea.
Okay. Boom, 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 boom. Yep.
We do have majority vote for yes.
Yeah, seems everybody's okay with it. So press the button, baby.
Decision made. Resolve the penance being spent by the paladins of Corvanus.
Okay, the indigo light begins to focus within the sphere and bursts outward once more. I'm doing a lot of shit.
Listen.
Alright,
Take it.
which one next?
Red.
Red.
Very well.
Red.
Let's see. What did we have on this one? What
Between resolving the civil war in Mournhell or using it to embolden the druids for their upcoming duties, but I think Mournhell is more pressing.
Yeah. Since
Yeah,
now
especially
we
what
know,
little we had.
Yeah.
Yeah, since we know that the Carnelian Circle, what's left of it, is there, we should probably give them a helping hand.
So,
Yeah.
make peace of the civil war in Mournhell.
Sounds about right, yeah.
Sounds about right.
Okay.
Okay.
Last one.
Speed on this shit.
Oh boy.
I make the input, I want to undo every decision made in this chamber in the last hour.
Okay.
I cast
I cast Slap Hand.
Cool. I go to lunch early. Sick.
That's it.
I cast choke chamber
I'll just bait.
fire out.
Chamber
Chamber
shake.
shaker.
Yeah, chamber shake.
So we either revive a race or we put it in an item, dog.
Oi, 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 oi.
Revive a raise. I don't want this in an item.
I think we use it.
Or we use it to extend our story and it sends us to the Twilight Station. Thoughts?
Oh god. I don't want to become uncanon. What do you mean?
It'll be just like Edge of Twilight for real. We're no longer canon.
Oh.
Fuck you.
No.
I think we would have a lot of support to the deleting halflings, but again, it's just a joke.
It's just a joke.
It's just a joke.
Remove Mytheria from the Blue Pantheon.
You know what? Wait. You might be cooking.
Respect.
You might be cooking.
Nah.
Place her with someone?
I
Revive.
didn't hear that. So you just say that again?
Replace her with someone?
Oh, that's a terrible idea.
No.
I love it, but it's a terrible idea.
Don't bring any more gods to this shit.
Make all halflings tilt. Simultaneously.
Oh.
And then they'll all die once they realize they've all become tilt.
Oh my god.
You see, it's the plan. Alright, let's actually do something cool with this.
Okay.
Reviving frogs is great. I love it. It probably makes them viable in the next setting. which, you know, I love my boys.
Do it. Do it.
But I feel like that's sort like compared to the potency of the violet, that is such like that's chump change.
Ha!
We could do something cool though. We could. Man,
Revive
There's so
all
many things.
amphibian races.
It is the war because there's so much you can do with it that it's.
so many things.
Hmm.
Let's make you a shard of oblivion so you can boof it.
If I make a Shard of Oblivion, I'm expending it to grant the party a level up. Make him write level 11 abilities for characters that will never hit combat.
Break the matrix, dog. What can
Like,
mechanics?
bruh.
Fuck, I'm blanking on this one.
I'm
Just
still in. Sorry, go ahead, Elsie.
Just to put it out there, how wrong could it be if it's infused into one of us?
I mean, it's just
it
on my
is-
collar, you know.
I disagree. I think Violet is bad. It's not terrible. I mean, if
You
you
know, like a
want to boost
bitch.
the purple Kool-Aid, sure.
It's
You-
who would we trust with such power?
You get it.
No, unless
maybe
it
you
deletes
don't-
them.
Maybe you turn into something else than a halfling.
Willie would not want that power.
I'm trying to think of like what dangers do we want removed from Corvallis? Like complete. I mean, we could zap the demons. We're kind of already doing that.
Yeah, we kind of already screwed.
Get rid of
them over.
Agamemnon, point blank.
That'd be kind of sick. Hold on.
All the other ancients would be so upset when their brother died.
Who cares?
Randomly.
Agamemnon's a cunt. If we're targeting demons, shooting Agamemnon with the violet's not even a bad idea. What?
If we had in-character knowledge,
I have an in-character knowledge thing. I want to use the violet to remove all fiendish influence from Agamemnon, reverting him to the creature he was prior to Tyr's influence.
Was he
Because
any
we know
creature at
all of the ancients were a creature twisted to fit an ideal and then trapped in a pantheon. Illum, who is law, is innately a chaotic creature. It's what Weaver figured out with his martial check. So if we cleanse Agamemnon of his fiendish influence and leave him as the creature he was before, he has no control or association over the demons, and the ancients and the Antvanti don't risk eradication because of their hierarchy.
That's
Can we do
potent.
if we're gonna do it for Aggie, can we do it for Autumn? Restore them to what they were before tier?
All the ancients.
Yeah,
Yes. If we do it
use
for
the
what-
violet to yeah.
That an
Yeah.
enthusiastic, more than 2-sentence description of why we should do it. I'm forwarding this.
Remove Tyr's influence and damage to the ancients of the Aunt Fonty, restoring them to the creatures they were before, releasing them from their dreams.
influence.
Do we know from Illum? No, we know from Illum that they're trapped in dreams, right? Like they're
Mhm.
trapped. They're not there on purpose.
They're waking up. It said.
Do ash and
So I
dust?
assume they gather the power to get out of there. Yeah.
I mean, if they're trapped by Tyr's influence, then removing it should break them up.
Can we free them?
It should also revert their programming.
What's your intention behind that? Like, what do you want out of freeing them from there?
To give the Enfanti a chance to rebuild and repopulate their culture that has been designed with intention, but
the only reason they are the representations of the Entente faith is due to the fact that they've been shaped and molded into that. When you remove
Correct.
them from that shape, and when you remove them from the mold, they are no longer representative of that because of the creatures they were before. And I'm pretty sure Illum was a Prothean. I do not know of the exact type, but I'm unsure if they will still function in the shape of ancients as they currently are, and what the consequences of that would be.
But I mean, at
yes,
least
and that's
they would
part
be
of the
brought
intent.
back to their. At least they would be back to their natural state, which is better than what Tyr has them in right now.
Because they're molded by the three principles, right? They're misshapen. The purpose of it is that if the ancients want to serve as faith structures, that they have the free will and capacity to choose to do so, and that the people, the Antvanti, are free to rebuild their faith and their culture without the confines of Tyr's machinations. Which we in character don't know the full breadth of that. But if removing Agamemnon was a consideration, I think fixing the ancients solves that in a better way.
I think it's limited very. It's limited very much if we use it on only one of them instead of all five.
Correct.
If we're gonna do this, might as well go big or go home. All five.
This would be the parameters that I'm seeking.
If
It's not in yet. This is for party discussion.
Oh, okay. I will wait.
if you want to do that, I'm fine with it.
How does Simon feel about freeing Illum?
I want that. 100% agreed.
I mean, this reads pretty well.
Siege?
Elsie wouldn't have any input. She's just being a shadow, like always.
I mean, she was the one that said shoot Agamemnon with the violet beam. So
No, that was the dumbass controlling her. How dare you?
I see.
Same.
I guess the only question that would remain is if you remove Tyr's influence and to turn into what they were before, do they still want to hold the places they hold now? Or would their thinking and ambitions be different? So it would be very clear.
I made that exact same
Yeah.
point, and I think he just said that he would want to leave it up to them or something.
Yeah, leave it up to them.
We don't actually have any way to know for sure. We just have to do a leap of faith in here.
Yeah.
There is a point there that might need clarification. Removing Tyr's influence, you mean completely undoing it, or removing it from this point forward that they would be free?
I don't think we can revert them to their forms prior. They will still hold all. They might hold all memory. That's a good distinction. I'll look. I would want. You've given me great pause. Whether we want to cleanse them
Tail.
now and leave their memories or full revert them. I think leave their memories.
Yeah,
I think
would
remove their
so.
influence from now and allow them to act from this point forward.
They still have the knowledge of what happened to them, but they're not freed to do whatever they desire.
Could teach them, guide them.
I mean, they still have all their people that they're still interacting with their people right now. They're just kind of very limited in doing so.
Yeah, because also the state of the Anvanti back then and the state of the Anvanti right now is so different that them losing their memories is kind of bad.
Yeah.
So it would be keeping their memories and just removing the influence of
Like
them
that.
right now.
I like that choice.
Everyone happy with what's in the game chat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Locking it in.
Fuck. Fuck.
SpongeBob in diner.jpg.
I don't know if the fuck is a good fuck or a bad fuck.
Who knows?
Find out next time.
Oh,
Yeah,
down.
it will be a good fuck, the snake.
Oh my goodness.
Jesus Christ.
And she's chaotic, so you know she's going to enjoy the wild ride. All 3 inches of it. Sorry.
Otherwise
They
you-
just caught me off guard. They just caught me off guard.
Still the single worst use of metal lasers I have ever seen. Thank you, truly.
What, the legacy to give Simon an extra inch?
Yeah.
You mean the best,
And
That's
what?
the best one.
Wait, do you
Yeah.
mean the best one?
What else would have happened? We would have probably accidentally given it to the seneschal, so shit.
He couldn't
He
get
couldn't
legacy.
take it.
We
He doesn't
hit him
deserve the
like-
extra inch, you know?
Yeah,
Damn.
mine was bigger
You
than
know what? You're right.
him.
Look, he had small dick energy. He deserves his small dick.
That's what I win. I have 3 times more than him.
True.
Everyone
That's
coming
why
in
you
like,
want
oh, the
to
continent is healed, everyone is happy, it's closing out, and then we show up.
I think our decisions have been cohesive with a unified goal, and I think this fits in it. So I'm
Yeah.
very happy.
Yeah.
We're just doing what we can to heal.
And sometimes that involves cauterizing a wound.
Oh my
Or cutting it off entirely.
We
What's wrong here, Kato?
Going.
Look, we screwed the demon, empowered the paladins, that ended the war in Mournhal. We did what we could.
We've unified. We've removed most threats besides the Brass Baron, and even then, he's making peace in Mournhell now. Skill issue.
Yeah, he's making peace with Mytheria also.
I'm gonna strangle that man.
I'm strangle you, Amiwa.
Yeah.
I'm gonna support your ambition and do the same.
Okay, I have to do some 3 a.m. thinking, staring
Thinking?
at the ceiling.
You already just bought the fresh ingredients and was like, no, now you cook.
We're sorry, but
I'm not.
no.
What? No. Yeah,
I think our choices are sick.
go.
Yeah,
but
you're welcome, Corvan.
I have to.
Think of it. I could have brought back the frogs, or I just changed the course of Endgame.
All right,
I think
so
I made
anyway,
the-
yeah, good session. I'll see you guys next week.
Yeah.
Let's go to Fanner
Yep.
because
Oh boy, oh boy.
this is the
There
kind
must
of,
be some
this is the kind of shit that
high-tier
happens
shit
where I'm just
posts.
like.
This is like
This is like fireball
even
incident
utter-
fucking shit, dude. I was like, all right, cool, awesome. This, fuck all this I had ready.
Yeah. Well, like,
Yep.
if Simon never ran off down that well, we probably would have never decided on this decision.
You know, real talk. I thought he was gonna do the whole infuse another party member and like Carlo, and I was like, now I have to fucking go. Like,
Yeah.
Bro.
So Fanner,
Yeah, it was more. It was more to the
we
party.
have Gaelic gun.
That is, there's too much
What?
effort put into that shitpost.
why is that so cursed?
Come on, show.
A-tier shit post.
Don't look too closely
That
at his
is-
face to make it look like the back of his head,
Yeah, that's
see.
cursed.
bro.
Is it?
And yeah, this is me.
Bro.
Bro.
Like, oh, good.
Oh, the image the high priest posted, the Fane ship post. Please click on it and then check what the image is named.
I fucking hate
It's stream
Spell
safe. It's stream safe.
I fucking hate Spell Matrix. Yeah.
Oh my
Alright, well.
god.
Good session, guys.
Wow.
Fucking yay.
Yippee! Find out next
Yay.
week what he's decided to do with those choices.
See you guys next week as I changed
You're welcome, chat.
basically all
Bye-bye.
stuff that I've told people up to this point. Alright, bye everybody.